Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where I talk about books from Book of the Month Club and beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee. Let's get started with an unboxing. This is an unboxing of my Book of the Month for February 2024. But before we take a look at the choices I had, let me please ask you to like, subscribe, comment. If you like my content, I really appreciate all my subscribers. Always appreciate a constructive comment and really like to know that people are watching my videos. So if you'd take a moment to do that, I would appreciate it very much. Okay, well, let's take a minute to see what my choices were. So here we go. For the month of February, first we have The Resort by Sarah Oakes. And it talks about that this is a thriller that takes place on a Thai island. And it looks like there was a party and something bad happened at that party. Always like a thriller. Next, we have a work of historical fiction. It's called The Mayor of Maxwell Street. Avery Cunningham is the author. This is a debut novel for this particular writer. And the book looks like it takes place in Prohibition-era Chicago with a black debutante working undercover as a journalist. So that sounds like an interesting book as well. Next, we have a romance, of course, for the month of February. Always a good bet, right? It's called Ready or Not. It's by Cara Bastone. And it looks like it is about a young Brooklynite who takes stock of her life after finding out that she has had a surprise pregnancy. And looks like a romance is in sight for her. Next, we have historical fantasy. This is The Fox Wife. This is a repeat author, so that would mean she's had a book of the month before. Yangzi Chu. And it is from Chinese folklore. Winter tale following a fox seeking revenge in the dangerous world of men. Down to the next book. We have a author who is familiar to me, Kristen Hanna. I'm sure she's familiar to many of you. This is a work of historical fiction. She's a three-peat author, so she's had three book of the month choices. This is called The Women, and it is coming of age in a nation gravely divided. It is a tribute to undersung female heroes of the Vietnam War. And then finally, we have a fantasy book called Heartless Hunter. This is by Kristen Ciccarelli. And it says, out with the cat and mouse, in with the witch and witch hunter. Welcome to a bloody world brimming with magic, romance, and intrigue. So, we have a fantasy. We have actually two historical fictions. There's one, a historical fantasy, a romance. There's the other historical fiction, and then a thriller. So, what did Renee get? Let's take a look. So, here it is in its box, Book of the Month, February 2024. It says on it, warning, this box may elicit excitement. What did I choose? Did I choose something exciting? Let's see. I chose The Women by Kristen Hanna. This seemed an obvious choice for me. I do read a lot of books about the Vietnam era. was an era that I lived through, although I was a very young person during that war. There have been, of course, conflicts since, but I've always been interested in the Vietnam time. Uh, Maybe something about myself coming of age during that era. I don't know. Also, there are a lot of good works by nurses who went to Vietnam, and I really love to read those books, being a nurse myself. I've also read some books by doctors in Vietnam, and it just always fascinates me what kind of work they can do and under what conditions they have to do it in. So let's see what is said about this book. And whew, thank goodness it's dark print on a white background, because I wouldn't read it in this light. But it says, women can be heroes when 20-year-old nursing student Frances Frankie McGrath hears these words. It is a revelation. Raised in the sun-drenched idyllic world of Southern California and sheltered by her conservative parents, she has always prided herself on doing the right thing. But in 1965, the world is changing, and she suddenly dares to imagine a different future for herself. When her brother ships out to serve in Vietnam, she joins the Army Nurse Corps and follows his path. Yeah, I'm going to like it. As green and inexperienced as the men sent to Vietnam to fight, Frankie is overwhelmed by the chaos and destruction of war. Each day is a gamble of life and death, hope and betrayal. Friendships run deep and can be shattered in an instant. In war, she meets and becomes one of the lucky, the brave, the broken, and the lost. But war is just the beginning for Frankie and her veteran friends. The real battle lies in coming home to a changed and divided America, to angry protesters, and to a country that wants to forget Vietnam. So I'm going to enjoy this. I have read several of Kristen Hanna's books. I remember in particular reading The Great Alone, and I think the other one I read is called The Nightingale. So, yeah, looking forward to this. So, thank you very much for watching my unboxing. Happy reading to all of you. And as always, remember that you are the author of your own story. Craft it well. Always go beyond. Take care.